on the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield. This is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Iowa football is laboring through week 2 of spring drills. Kirk Ferentz is behind the wheel for a 27th season and will become the Big Ten Conference all-time winningest coach with a couple more victories. Only Ohio State's Woody Hayes is in front of Ferentz, 205 to 204. Iowa opens the year August 30th with Albany of New York. This is Ferentz's favorite time of the year. With no specific opponent to prepare for, it's all about skill development and strength and conditioning.
It's a really good teaching period, and it's always fun to see. I think one of the things it's great about college athletics is how the players change, how they grow, how they develop. And it really doesn't matter if they're seniors or first-year players. It really doesn't matter. So it's a fun time of year. It's we've gone through the winter program. The team did a really nice job. No drama, just quiet, steady work ethic, and I think the guys did a lot of good things. And everything's pointed towards being a good football player. So this is the first chance to get out there on the field and actually practice football. And like the guys' attitude, obviously we're not ready to play, but good day of practice, good day of work. And like I said, the attitude's really good, and the guys are working hard.
Every year, as Norm Parker used to say, every 4 years, guys leave, new guys come in. You've lost some really good players at a lot of positions, but let's start at quarterback. Gronowski's had his corrective surgery. He looked good. He's running around out there. He's not inviting contact yet, but let's start with him. Yeah,
we're going to try to keep him out of the fray. I think that's the important thing right now, and his rehab's going extremely well, so he should be perfectly fine here in another month or so. But he's been just an impressive young guy. He's got a great resume. South Dakota State did a great job there. That whole room right now, I think, is doing a really good job. Brendan Sullivan's done a nice job. He's a real strong leader on our team, and so it's been really good. And just all positive things. But yeah, good to have Mark with us.
A couple new faces in that offensive line. I suppose that's where most of the vacancies occurred from the offense. But you're usually a plug-and-play system. You develop guys that are ready by year 2 or 3. Yeah,
Cade Pieper's been playing a lot for us this past year. He played a lot of situational stuff and was a substitute. Played some interior and then played as a tight end in some of our situational offensive stuff. So anyway, he's probably a front runner for one of the inside positions, and then Trevor Lauk and Jack Dotzler are working outside, and both have been in the program. I think they're both certainly capable. It's going to be fun to see what they do during the course of the month, and we got probably 3 or 4 other guys competing too. So I think we have a chance. To your point earlier, that is probably where our losses are the most heavy, if you will. We've lost some good players, but I think we've got a pretty good collective group there. And this year's a little bit unique in that, we're probably more veteran on the offensive side for the first time in a couple of years than we are defensively.
And that speaks right to the linebackers. No more Jay Higgins, no more Nick Jackson, but you've got, again, familiar last names that have been working their tails off to be the next great linebacker at Iowa.
Yeah, both those guys you mentioned made a ton of tackles, and then Collar Fisher had a great pro day the other day. He was not playing as much because we play so much sub stuff now, but all 3 of those guys are just good senior leaders and great guys. So, you lose that leadership, you lose that production, but we also, I think, have a good room of young guys that are eager to see what they can do and prove themselves. So it's gonna be kind of interesting this year just to see. Right now, I couldn't tell you who's going to be starting in a lot of positions defensively, but the good news is I think we have good competition, and that picture will probably become a little bit more clear in the next 15 practices, and then certainly more so in August.
A few months ago, when we were wrapping up the previous season, most of the concern was with the changing landscape with NIL and the transfer portal and the new deal supposedly coming this summer. Your biggest concern then was the roster downsizing from whatever number of players you had to 105.
Yeah, it's going to be learning for all of us, a learning process for all of us. And I think we're probably in the way minority in that we had conversations with all our guys back in December that we couldn't guarantee them a spot in the 105. We let them know that, in that period, just so if they wanted to go find another opportunity, we gave them that freedom. And a lot of guys have done that. Johnny Pascuzzi comes to mind. He's done a great job coming in when, guys like Luke were hurt or Eric all the last 2 years. And Johnny did a really good job for us. We have some younger guys, I think, coming up that maybe are going to make it tougher on him. And he ended up getting a scholarship at West Virginia. Several other guys went to the MAC, and several other guys got nice FCS opportunities. So we just felt like that was the right thing to do. I guess a lot of schools are going to wait until after spring ball, but I just felt like it was the best thing. These guys that we had to break that news to have all been nothing but great team members. So I think in fairness, we wanted to give them a chance to get a jump on their future. And then, I think the real impact is going to be felt. That was a process. That was step number one. That was tough. And then the other thing that remains to be seen is just how we manage it. Not so much in camp, but once the season gets going and you have to deal with injuries, I think that's where we're going to have to look at, we'll have plenty of conversation during the summer about how we're going to retweak some things and just make sure we're approaching practice the smartest way we can.
Kirk Ferentz adds he wants to see focus and concentration the next 3 weeks before the wrap-up scrimmage the end of April.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
While he isn't competing, senior transfer quarterback Mark Gronowski is watching and learning. He's already a winner. Armed with a mechanical engineering degree, Gronowski helped build a pair of national championships at FCS Power South Dakota State, winning MVP both times. Embodied in a 49-6 career record are over 10,000 passing yards, nearly 1,800 rushing, and 130 touchdowns. Last season, Gronowski tossed for 2,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, and ran for 10 scores. Gronowski had some cleanup surgery on both shoulders at university hospitals so he can throw without discomfort. Gronowski says he'll be 100% when summer workouts launch in June, and the 6'3", 230-pound triggerman can't wait for the transition from Brookings to the Big Ten.
And meeting a bunch of these guys, they've been really helpful. A lot of great people on this team, a lot of great coaches here that are helping me learn, helping me help teach me the new offense, but also a lot of things about football. I still want to learn as much as I can about the game, and it's been a really smooth transition so far.
Well, your health is good. It's good to see you roaming around and throwing those shoulder blades back and forth, but you've had the corrective surgery or the repair surgery.
Yeah, exactly. And I could have kept playing through it. I could have done a lot of other things. And we just thought that this was best for my future and for this next fall to make me the best player that I can possibly be. And right now it's been good just doing everything PT-wise. And I'm really ahead on everything right now and going through spring ball, getting a lot of mental reps and becoming the best player that I can be right now for the Hawkeyes.
Well, the quarterback room's pretty healthy. You got a lot of talent in that room, you most notably. But, Sullivan's been here a year now. A couple young guys came in this past off season. So tell us about Tim Lester and the quarterback room. It looks spectacular.
Yeah, Lester's been awesome. He's been a huge help for me. Just learning under him, spending a lot of time with him, watching film, going over extra stuff, just so I can get the offense going a little bit faster, learning it a little bit faster. But he's such a smart-minded individual. individual that loves football, loves the game, and has so many great ideas when it comes to offense. And it's been really helpful having guys like Sullivan who have been here for a year. And me and him have been helping each other, trying to learn as much as we can about just being a quarterback on this team and leading this team. And they've all been helpful. And it's also been good to get to know the other guys too, like Stratton and Sullivan and Hank Brown as well. So.
You've battled for national championships at SD State. What does Mark Gronowski take from that experience and bring to the University of Iowa in Big Ten football? Yeah.
The biggest thing I harp myself on is leadership and being a leader for the team. And as a quarterback, you kind of have that role already, but you got to be able to take guys to another level. You guys take guys to a higher level, bring out their best potential out of them, but they continue to raise the floor so everyone around you is getting better. You got to make everyone else around you better. But then also just my experience of just playing a lot of games. I've played 55 games in my career, which is a lot of football. So just having that experience, knowing a lot of situational football, and just knowing the game is going to help me a lot this fall. I got to take advantage of everywhere I can right now, not being in the actual huddle, not being actually on the field with the team. I got a chance to stand back and take as many mental reps as I can, so I can learn the offense and feel like I'm in it, but not actually in it. So once I actually get the opportunity to be in the huddle and get going, I'll feel 100% comfortable. It's helpful coming from South Dakota State. It's a very similar offensive style. Like, hey, we run the football to make the pass game open up more, and ends up bringing those linebackers down, bringing those safeties down. You're able to take shots over top and score touchdowns that way, and it allows for even the defensive line to not pursue as hard. So I get a little more time. The offensive line has a little better chance of protecting me back there. And it's all part of the game. You got to run the ball to throw, and you got to throw the ball to run the ball. So I always like that good mix. So. And I hear you're as good a runner as you are a thrower. Yeah, and I try to do a little bit. I'm hoping we can install a little more run game this year. I know Sullivan did a lot last year running the football, and it's definitely a big part of my game. But I got to do a little bit of both to be a great quarterback. So. NIL, transfer portal being what it is, what were the underlying factors in you picking Iowa? I'm sure Coach Ferentz is right at the top of that list, but you still had to commit to a school, and regardless of the money, you wanted to be here for reasons. Right, and it definitely did start with Coach Ferentz, and he was such a similar coach to a former head coach of mine, Coach Stiglmeyer at SDSU, and they're both older guys, but they both know the game really well. They both teach the game, but they also teach just how to be a great person, how to be a great teammate, how to be a great family member to all your people around you in those relationships, and part of it too is Coach Lester being here, helping me improve to be the best quarterback that I can be, so I can be ready for the next level. And I think it was important to learn this offense, because this is an NFL style offense as well. We do a lot of under center, a lot of gun, so that was really important to me. And then also just the culture at Iowa. It's that Midwest culture. I've grown up in the Midwest my entire life, and you got a lot of fans here that just love Iowa football, and that culture here is really special. And that was a big part of me coming here. And let's, in closing, assure the fan base that Mark Gronowski's just fine. He's had the repair needed that he wanted to get done with his shoulders, which is pretty important to a quarterback. You're not participating in spring drills. You're in the quarterback room every day. You're watching and studying film with Coach Lester. Come fall camp, Mark Gronowski is good to go. Yeah, no, I'll be 100% then. I'll even be 100% before then. When we come back for summer workouts, I'll be all go. But no, right now, working out with the team every day, out on the field every day, going through my mental reps and meeting with Lester. So I'm going to be ready when it comes fall. A former Walter Payton Award winner and first-team All-American, quarterback Gronowski has thrown at least 20 touchdown passes in each of the last 3 seasons. His dad, Ray, was under center at Drake during his career. Mom, Deb, played softball at Butler. The Naperville natives are looking forward to Saturday afternoons in Kinnick Stadium this fall. I'm Gary Dolphin for the Fight for Iowa podcast. Thanks for listening, and go Hawks.
You've been listening to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Hawkeye fans, remember to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. Once you become a Fight for Iowa podcast subscriber, you'll automatically receive the latest episodes of the Fight for Iowa podcast, the Hawkeyes Voice podcast, Hawk Talk replays, exclusive game day content, and more. Until next time, on Iowa, and go Hawks! The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.